Kutztown Live. Kutztown University Campus's campus and community interest radio magazine. You can call Kutztown Live at 610-683-4859. And now, your host for Kutztown Live, Juliana Jablonski. And good afternoon. Welcome to Kutztown Live. My name is Mike Reggs, and I'm sitting in this afternoon for Juliana Jablonski, who is already off to exams this week. And she is on to bigger and greater things now. Next semester, she likely will not be hosting Kutztown Live, but we will find out soon who our new host will be. And we wish her and everybody else here at KUR a good time on their exams this week and a great summer. Juliana is not going anywhere anytime soon. She will be back next year, but she got a promotion of sorts here at KUR. She will be our program director in the new semester, so she does not have as much time to host the show. She will be helping out a little bit, but, we'll be actually doing more of the managerial side of the station. So we will reveal our new host coming up in the coming months. For now, over the summer, I will be hosting the show on an occasional every other week to a month basis, especially to accommodate our fine folks down at the NE Berks Chamber of Commerce. Lori, who's the president down there, she is with us here in the studio once again. And welcome to the show, Lori. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mike. I'm so pleased to be here, and I'm very excited to hear about Juliana's promotion. She certainly deserves that.
Yeah, she definitely does. So end of semester, April and May are crazy for us here at Kutztown University. Is it just as crazy down there, or is it just a normal year-round thing for you?
We're crazy year-round.
Year-round,
yes,
okay.
Yes, absolutely. We're busy because we're always looking for ways to expand our platform for member benefits. So that's what we work on continually.
Wonderful. So tell us what's up.
Sure. Well, here are a few things coming up on the schedule for the NE Berks Chamber. Remember to stay updated on our events, programs, and activities. Visit our website at northeastberkschamber.com. Coming up next week here at Kutztown University will be our first ever chamber dinner. And Andrea will be our keynote speaker. That's on the 17th from 5:30 to 8:30. And that's Andrea Funk, who was formerly of Cambridge Lee Industries and was actually a guest here on our chamber segment on Kutztown Live. We will be taking reservations online at our website, northeastberkschamber.com, for 2 additional days. It looks to be about 150 or so that will be attending that dinner. And then the very next morning, we will have our last breakfast program of the season. Our May 18th breakfast will feature Ann Kirby, who is the founder and president of the Candy Factory in Lancaster. And then on June 5th at Willow Tree Grove, which is in Orfield, about 20 minutes from Kutztown, we will be co-hosting a poolside networking mixer with the Nazareth Bath Chamber, and that will be open to all of our members free of charge, and all of that information can be found on our website. Follow our website and our social media platforms for activities and events that will be cropping up during the summer. Today I have as our business guest Robert Geiringer, also known as Bob Geiringer, who is a physical therapist and the facility director of the Kutztown practice of physical therapy at St. Luke's. And he just told me today that he has a great view from his office window, and that would be Sittler's Golf and looking out at the golf course. Welcome to the show, Bob. We're very pleased to have you. Bob joined the NE Berks Chamber in January of this year, and his practice is one of 2 from physical therapy at St. Luke's. The other is in Hamburg. That's Lucas Yori, who recently joined our chamber. So we're interested in hearing about what you do, how you became a physical therapist, and any other information you'd like to share today.
Well, thank you, Lori. I really appreciate you inviting me over to this program today. My name again is Bob Geiringer. I'm the physical therapist, clinical director over at our Kutztown office, which is directly across from Sittler's driving range on Long Drive. Which is on along the road over there by the new Arrowhead complex. I'm a native of Berks County. I've lived here almost my entire life, except for graduate school. I went to Governor Mifflin and graduated from there in 1993, and then went on to pursue my physical therapy degree at Arcadia, which is down in the suburbs of Philadelphia. And then from there I worked and finished my postdoctoral fellowship in orthopedic manual therapy back in 2015. So as it sits now, I've been with St. Luke's for a year now, and been living back in this area for about 14 years. And St. Luke's utilizes me as one of the clinical specialists over there. I'm board certified both sports and orthopedics. And coming up this fall, you might actually see me on the sidelines at the Kutztown High School football games. I hope to do a little bit of coverage over there for the athletes over there. As
Great.
we just secured the athletic training contract over there to help all the kids over there. So we're really looking forward to that, as well as helping the rugby players over here at Kutztown University. We do the sports medicine program over here for the girls and the boys, or the men's and the ladies rugby team over here. Mm-hmm. So we're really excited about that as well.
Bob, tell us about a typical day at the practice. I mean, I'm not terribly familiar with physical therapy and the types of conditions or patients that you see. Mm-hmm. So just give us an example of some types of conditions that you treat.
I really treat just about everything as far as orthopedics is concerned. Any type of pain syndrome that you might have, low back pain, neck pain, knee pain, hip pain, shoulder pain. My specialty, I'm very well versed in physical therapy, so I do a lot of complicated pain syndromes for neck and shoulder, hip and back, that type of a thing. So anytime anybody has any type of a condition, whether it's acute or chronic, I can pretty much help you with just about anything, I feel. Or I can direct you to the person that would know how to help you with that issue.
In fact, I have two friends. One had a hip replacement and the other one a knee replacement. So that does involve quite a few weeks of physical therapy, correct?
Well, it's interesting you should mention that most patients, after they have a knee replacement, will have physical therapy. But unfortunately, a lot of total hip replacement patients will not have physical therapy, and I'm not sure why that is. But I just urge everyone that if you do have a total hip replacement to go see a physical therapist, because there's a lot of long-term issues that can spur up after that hip replacement if you don't adequately treat that following the surgery, because they have to cut through quite a few of the muscles in there to locate the hip, and then they have to stitch those back up. But if those muscles are not turned back on again, they can create a lot of low back pain and chronic knee pain.
Now, you mentioned some examples of, rather visible conditions, but those of us who work on a computer every day, for example, have a lot of repetitive motion issues, whether it's carpal tunnel or tennis elbow. How do you typically treat something like that? What does that involve?
Well, a lot of times just having a good workstation is really beneficial. So you can search it on any Google website, whatever you want, some type of a Google search or Yahoo search, and they'll come up with a good ergonomic workstation. The monitor should be at forehead level. You don't want to do a lot of upper cervical flexion or a lot of reaching. Your mouse should be at a 90-degree angle to your elbow relative to your shoulder. So if it's something that becomes a real issue, I like to go assess the actual workstation itself, and then kind of give you my input on that. A lot of time, holding the phone in your neck to make a phone call can be extraordinarily uncomfortable over a long period of time, and headsets are usually extremely beneficial with that, as well as a chair that has a nice armrest and having a footrest to rest your feet on while you're sitting at your desk to take some pressure off of your back and give you a more upright posture, which is really beneficial.
Right. I think most of us do not have good posture,
no,
whether we're sitting or standing or driving, for that
matter. That's absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
We all assume, as time goes on, a worsening posture.
Right, exactly. And you think about all the devices that we've been using for years and lying in bed and holding the cell phone and reading articles or whatever we're doing, surfing the web.
Right.
And that creates all kinds of issues. How can a person get in touch with you if they're interested in visiting your office in Kutztown?
Well, like I said, we're on Long Road, which is down right across from Sittler's Golf. And my address is 100 Tomahawk Drive, Kutztown, PA 19530. And then our telephone number is 484-426-2021.
And your web address?
It's www.stlukesphysicaltherapy.com. And if anybody has any issues or concerns, you can just stop in and have a free consultation. And I love doing what I do, which is physical therapy, and I absolutely don't mind anyone calling me on the phone or coming in to stop by for a visit at any point in time when my hours, while I'm there during office hours, which are Mondays and Wednesdays 7 to 7, Tuesdays and Fridays 7 to 11:30, and then Thursdays 7:30 to 4. And the reason the hours are staggered like that is because of the long Mondays and Wednesdays. Mm-hmm. I kind of make up for my lost evenings on Tuesdays and Fridays.
That's right. That's right. Well, thanks so much for being with us today, Bob. I think we've gotten a better understanding of physical therapy and what you do, and I hope that anyone who's listening, if they're interested or need a physical therapist, will contact you
sure.
at the contact information you've provided. Thank you. And thank you, Mike, for having us.
And thank you, and we'll see you again in a few weeks, I assume. Correct?
Yes.
All right.
I'll be here.
We'll be back on Kutztown Live. Up next, we have Laura Quick. She is running for Congress in the area. She'll be our next guest in a few minutes here on Kutztown Live.
Wildfires burn millions of acres each year. And each year, wildland firefighters like Fire Chief James Hall battle to contain them. But they can't do it alone.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. It can ignite and destroy your home, your community, or more. That single ember can be just as dangerous as the wildfire itself. But you can do something firefighters can't. You can act now to prepare your home and your community for wildfire. You can reduce the risk. Do your part. Go to fireadapted.org.
Get fire adapted. Learn what you can do now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
Don't you hate it when you listen to those other Berks County radio stations with those fancy schmancy corporate weather forecasts?
This is Dr. Joe Hurricane from Super Accurate Weather Incorporated telling you it's going to be clear as a whistle all day. Beautiful weather!
Only to walk out the door and be greeted with this? Guess you should have listened to Monsoon Mike on KUR. Local weather from KUR's own weather expert, Monsoon Mike, every hour on the hour during the news, right here on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.
It's Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us.
November 22nd, 1963 is a day that will live forever. President John F. Kennedy was gunned down in Dallas, Texas. It is sad to think that 50 years later the conspiracies are still flying from every direction about who was responsible. Hello, my name is Brianna Bennett, and I would believe that we need to take the time to remember the president not as a victim of gunfire, but as a dedicated leader. He believed in unity and strength, and if it meant beating the Soviets, then it was well worth it. In his address to a joint section of Congress on May 25, 1961, President Kennedy spoke not only of a need to explore space as one person, but as a nation. He's asking for the financial support to make the exploration happen, to put an American man on the moon. He wants not only the support of Congress, but of the American people. Despite the huge sum of money that he asked for, the president's use of patriotism and the nation's unifying ideals began a new era in American history. On September 12, 1962, a little over a year later, the president spoke again at Rice University, giving an update on the status of the space race. Both speeches proved not only that President Kennedy had a strong devotion to his country and his cause, but making sure that the United States had its rightful place in space. As he says in the speech at Rice, "We have vowed that we shall not see space filled with weapons of mass destruction, but with instruments of knowledge and understanding."
Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us. Stay tuned to KUR for more telescopic topics, and for more information, or to hear this segment again, click on the Telescopic Topics icon on the KUR website at www.kutztown.edu/KUR. Telescopic Topics is a production of the KU Physical Sciences Department and is recorded by KU astronomy students in the studios of KUR. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
The following are highlights from KUR's contest rules. For the full contest rules, visit our website, kur.kutztown.edu. Unless otherwise stated, contests are open to anyone other than people directly affiliated with KUR, including faculty and staff. An exception to this would be contests specifically designed for KU students only, whereupon such would clearly be stated in conjunction with the giveaway. Please, only one winner per family. You are not allowed to win any KUR contest more than once every 30 days. Prizes are to be picked up at KUR's offices during normal business hours. KUR is not responsible for any losses or damages that occur from the use of any prizes won from the radio station. KUR never conducts any contests where we would call you. Any such contest call you may receive should be reported. The only exception would be if you signed up to win a prize at one of our promotional venues, whereupon we will only call you if you win. For more details on KUR's contest rules, visit kur.kutztown.edu.
You may be hearing about people having trouble making mortgage payments and risking losing their homes. Many of them just aren't aware of the options that can prevent foreclosure. There are many options available to homeowners, such as repayment and forbearance plans, loan modifications, and even refinancing. Where does someone go for help? They should talk directly with their lender or a qualified HUD-approved counseling agency. Both can provide helpful information without charging a fee. According to PMI Mortgage Insurance Company, it's not a good idea to pay for services that you can get for free from a lender or a qualified nonprofit counseling agency. To learn more, visit homesafepmi.com or call HUD at 1-800-569-4287 for a counseling agency near you. That's 1-800-569-4287. This message is brought to you by PMI, supporting sustainable home ownership that strengthens communities.
I told my best friend. I tell her everything.
I told my students. It's something they needed to know.
My coworkers had no idea, so I told them all about it.
Who will you tell about the emerald ash borer beetle and how it has killed millions of trees?
I'll tell my kids that it lives in firewood.
I'll ask my neighbors to help me protect the trees.
I'll tell my Facebook friends that moving firewood moves the killer beetle.
I'll ask my husband to promise he won't move firewood.
Spread the word, not the beetle. The emerald ash borer beetle is killing Pennsylvania's trees and forests. Promise to not move firewood. Burn it where you buy it and tell everyone you know to do the same.
I'm going to tell my whole scout troop about the emerald ash borer beetle.
Learn more at stopthebeetle.info. That's stopthebeetle.info. A message from the USDA.
Authoritarian, international syndication, European Broadcasting Union, international telecommunication. I can't do this anymore.
Well, Mitch, I have something that we could do to quell your boredom.
What is that?
We can listen to KUR. Have you ever listened to that?
Nope, I haven't.
Oh man, it's got all the great shows, everything from rap to rock. You will find something that will not make you bored.
Really, because I can't take this studying anymore. It's driving me bonkers.
Well, let's stop studying for electronic media and let's go listen to KUR.
Yeah!
Back we are here on Kutztown Live. Mike Regg sitting in this afternoon for Juliana Jablonski. Exam week here on the campus of Kutztown University, and we wish all the students out there good luck with the exams. My name, once again, is Mike Regg. I'm the advisor of this organization and host of the show during the summer. We will have a new host for the show in the fall, so stay tuned for that. Always lots of fun. 2018, that's the year that we are in now, of course, and it's a big year because it is a big election year. Of course, people focus a lot on the presidential elections, 2016, 2020, and such. But we got some big elections coming up this year, midterms. We have a primary coming up in just about a week or so here in Pennsylvania, and of course, then the election day in November. And we have a special guest on the phone with us right now, Laura Quick. She is running for Congress in the area, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about herself and her campaign. So good afternoon, Laura.
Good afternoon, Michael.
Pleasure to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Okay, Laura, for the geographically challenged, talk a little bit about the area that you are looking to cover.
So the new ninth consists of the full counties of Lebanon, Carbon, Columbia, Schuylkill, and Montour, and parts of Berks, Luzerne, and Northumberland.
Okay, and when you say parts of Berks, I'm assuming that you're talking about our particular listening area, Kutztown, Topton, all that area?
Yes, exactly. It's pretty much everything around Reading to the north and a little bit to the west and wraps around Reading itself, and below belong to the 6th, and then there's a little tiny section at the bottom of the diamond that belongs to the 4th.
Okay. Yeah, I know there was a lot of discussion and controversy and debate over, how the districts are structured now, but that's good that you clarified that for us. Thank you very much. So tell us now, Laura, a little bit about your background, your political background. Is this something new for you, or have you been involved in politics for a while?
Well, actually, I'm a package car driver for UPS.
Okay.
And but I've always been interested in politics and policy from way back when. I graduated with a degree from Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and started my career as I wanted to go into foreign service, be a foreign service officer, and I was down in Washington D.C. I did an internship with the United States Information Agency. I also worked in international exchange while down in Washington, D.C., and even though I've traveled I've traveled a lot. I lived in France as well, and I've always been interested in politics and policy. Mm-hmm. And it was in 2014, I was living in Dauphin County for well over a decade, and whenever I would vote, there was always someone to vote for, because I'm a Democrat.
Right.
But when I moved back down to Lebanon County, in 2014, when the first time I voted in Lebanon County again, I was dismayed to find that nobody was running against the congressman, mm-hmm. Charlie Dent. No one was running against Mike Fulmer, the state senator, and no one was running against our state's representative at the time, Mari Gingrich. Mm-hmm. And that's not a choice. So I wanted to make sure that was not going to happen. I don't know. As a woman, I feel we always feel the need, and if I see something that I think I could do, I did a little bit of research, and I found that in view of my background, that I would best serve, because it is public service, as a congresswoman.
Very good. Okay, so talk a little bit about, we have primary coming up very soon here in Pennsylvania. You are a Democrat. Are you running unopposed, or do you have other people going for the same ballot? To explain that a little bit for us.
Yes. So there are a total of 3 Democrats.
Okay.
Myself, Gary Wegman, and Denny Wolf, and we all live within the district. Though that's not a necessary. That's not actually a prerequisite.
Okay.
And then so we've been going around. In fact, just last night we had a forum with WLBR out of Lebanon. Mm-hmm. It was a radio. We've been doing forums we actually did a forum in Kutztown. I think that was back, oh my word. It's I think it was the beginning of April. We had a forum in Kutztown at Kutztown University.
Okay.
And we've been, then everybody does their own campaign thing, and I'm looking forward to a very strong get out the vote this coming weekend, the 4 days leading up to the election, mm-hmm. Getting some boots on the ground and knocking on some doors.
Awesome. Okay, so now let's get to your platform. I was on your website, and it says you have 3 big things on there: restore the American middle class, build on success of public education, and health care for all. Let's break them down. What are you looking at when you say restore the American middle class?
Right now, we're at a point of the most income inequality since the turn of the 19th to 20th century. Mm-hmm. And since I'm a UPS driver, that makes me a Teamster. Mm-hmm. And I'm here to put first and foremost that I believe that unions have been vilified over the years, sometimes deservingly, mm-hmm. but for the most part, they are the good guys. And I would like to see a more robust union involvement, because I feel that raises the wages not just for the people in the unions, but for everyone. Because when we talk about restoring the middle class, we're basically talking about wages, and a middle-class life, which means paid leave, paid sick, paid vacations, and that allows people to be able to do. I see so many people working 2-3 jobs trying to make ends meet, and they have no time to really live. All they're doing is working. And I'd like to see, if people could actually just work 40 hours a week and have a good wage at that 40 hours, they would have time for whatever else. I think we're suffering in volunteerism. Our family lives are suffering. So we need to hold these, especially these larger corporations, to hold their feet to the fire and start paying their people a living wage.
Okay. Building on the success of public education, talk about that.
I'm both a product of public education. I went to Pomona High School. I graduated in '84. I went to a public university. I taught in public education, both here and in France. And I'm here to say that public education is the great equalizer, and we need to make sure that we have a robust and a rigorous public education system to make sure that our students and our country is better equipped to compete with the rest of the world. Right now, we're falling behind in so many ways in STEM, and when we're talking about education, we're normally focused on post-secondary, which is these things such as Kutztown or even trade schools. We need to have people that are better prepared, and the student loan debt crisis is just horrendous. I can't believe how much people. I graduated in 1988 from IUP with 0 student loan debt.
Yeah.
And people's jaw drop sometime when I say that because they can't wrap their brains around it.
Yeah.
But I think we're shackling our students with way too much debt unnecessarily. I think there's ways we can help in Congress by passing legislation to make college more affordable and to let's rein in this rampant predatory student loan lending.
Yeah, some of them are leaving college with loan debt as much as a mortgage. So how are you supposed to buy a house and a car with that? So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and healthcare for all. Talk a little bit about that.
We presently have the most ineffective system of healthcare, both affordability and access. Well, I've lived in France. I actually studied in England as well, and I was, so I saw up close and personally what it's like to not have to worry about do I pay my medical bills or my grocery bills. A lot of students probably right now at Kutztown probably don't have that type of weight over their head. But the reason I am no longer a teacher, I was a teacher at one time, is because when I had my son, I had no permanent teaching job to go back to, and I needed the health care. So because of my employer situation, I knew that UPS had excellent health care benefits, so I had to change my career path to a totally different career path than that I was really much enjoying being a teacher. And we need to be able to go freely between the states and be able to not have to worry about our what job we can do because it has health care benefits. We need to have everyone covered and it be affordable.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of our interview here, but I just got 2 more questions for you. What do you think separates yourself from your opposition? You said there's 3 Democrats running for this in the primary election. What do you think separates Laura Quick from the others?
I think that I have a combination of grit from my time as a package car driver, driving and delivering packages in rain, dark, sleet of night, and or sleet, and I have the intellectual discipline from my studies abroad, and I've mastered a foreign language, and the one thing that's common between there's 3 Democrats and 3 Republicans both running for this seat.
Okay.
And none of us have legislative experience. So we're applying for a job that we've never shown any type of we have no past history of.
In a way, that's good.
So, yes, exactly. So it's an even playing field, and so but it's tough on the voter because how do they know what type of job you're going to do once you're down there?
Right.
And I feel that that I'm the best fit because I'm determined to both work hard, as in a 40-hour work week in Congress itself, working on legislation, working for the people. I'm also going to be studying up before, if elected in November, that time up before the first of the year. I want to be studying and learning parliamentary procedures so I know how to pass and kill bills and be able to be an effective legislator. And I'm committed to also, when we have congressional recesses, coming back into the district and talking to the people and, tossing out ideas to them tossing ideas back to me. I want to have all kinds of town halls, focus groups, you name it. I want to be here. And I feel that I offer that because I'm going to be potentially one of 435 people. I can't make campaign promises, but I can make those promises of my work ethic.
Okay. Laura Quick, how can we get more information about you, your campaign, and I assume you're looking for help as well, people to spread the word? I know it's kind of short notice before the primary, but talk a little bit about that.
Yes, well, we're going to have a really robust Get Out the Vote effort this weekend. You can get in contact with us through various ways. There's on Facebook, Elect Laura Quick, Twitter, also Elect Laura Quick. There's my website, Quick for Congress, QUICKFORCONGRESS.com. And if you want to reach out to me, we have a good group of people that we already have, but hey, the more the merrier. So if you want to come out, it's a lot of fun. You're going door to door to Democrats. There won't be doors slammed in your faces. Mm-hmm. These are people that are ready to hear the message, and that's the best way to get the message out, is goes door to door.
Awesome. Okay, Laura Quick for Congress, I want to thank you so much for talking to me. Good luck next week in the primary election. We'll be watching it from the newsroom here, and thanks so much for calling in and telling us your story.
Yes, thank you again for having me.
All right, thank you so much. Have a great day. This has been Laura Quick. She is running for Congress in this particular region. You can look her up online, get more information about what she's all about. And make sure you get out next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is primary election day here in Pennsylvania. It's going to be it's a big year. It's midterms. It's a big year. So check that out next Tuesday. Make sure that you are following it. And for all the election results as they unfold, make sure you follow Kutztown University Radio online, on the air, and, of course, on Facebook, social media. We will keep you posted with results as they come in. This has been Kutztown Live, kind of an abbreviated edition today. I want to thank you so much for joining me. A special thanks to our special guests, Laura Quick, and also to Lori D'Onofrio-Galli and her special guest earlier here in the show. I want to thank you so much for listening. As I said, Kutztown Live over the summertime will be on a every other week or maybe every month basis, and we'll have a smattering of special guests throughout that time period, so make sure you tune in. Otherwise, thanks so much for listening to Kutztown Live this semester, and we'll talk to you again during the summer. Monsoon Mike Reggs, signing out.